On this episode of Just Informed Talk, in case anyone was wondering how we knew what we know now, I present to you the one of the first Just Informed Talk shows that was presented to you over 1.5 years ago. I hope you enjoy. Hi, and welcome to Just Informed Talk. I'm your host, Craig. I'm here to take you through the newest and latest of the QAnon posts. First, you can see Q's posted a picture. The truth belongs with the people. Q. The next is important. No private comms, past, present, future. No comms made outside of this platform. Any claims that contradict the above should be considered fake news and disregarded immediately. Where we go one, we go all. Patriots. Q. So what he's basically saying there is anything you hear outside of this thread is not true. Okay, future dumps are going to be here. They're going to be secured, and they're going to be an interaction to continue on dedicated research board. Suggest new board created. Current board owners claiming private comms and self-promoting. Patriots point, we will follow. So you see he puts in here on Saturday, SEC test 113.18. Not sure exactly the security test, maybe referring to the Hawaiian thing. Then it says big news week, future proofs past. What news was unlocked? Do you believe in coincidences? Uranium One. What public disclosure occurred regarding Uranium One? You saw there was an article that came out, and that many articles actually came out saying that new indictments are coming up in the Uranium One case. DEFCON 1, non-nuke, false. So basically what he's saying is that in one of his previous posts, which you guys could have read before in another time, he warned of DEFCON 1 coming, and this is probably, in my opinion, just my opinion, a test a readiness test to test comms for civilian populations and how they would handle an event of a real attack. It says command. Why? Necessary. No such agency. Where did POTUS stop? Post Asia. As Hawaii. It was necessary. Forgotten country. It was necessary. No other vehicle to regain entry. Again, direct pre-knowledge. Again, warning alert. Think BDT, which is the Bangladeshi currency, which he predicted the bombing attempt in New York City, where the guy apparently had a bomb and then it was switched out, and it would just turned out to be a bunch of gunpowder, thankfully, and he just ended up hurting himself and no one else. Shall we play a game? How about a nice game of chess? The floor is yours. Now, this is a direct reference to Julian Assange tweeting just recently a picture of a checkmate on a chessboard. Command, why? Necessary. Who is talking? The biggest. Think big, think bigger, think biggest. Haiti focus. Well, it's obviously talking about Hillary Clinton and the Dems and their scandals with Haiti, and they're the biggest. Her Bill and Barack are the biggest fish. So I think that's going to be where it ends up. Why is this relevant? What comes next? CF boom shock buy. Now that's just a reference to the fact that obviously the Clinton Foundation's going down. I don't know if that's Admiral R, Administrative R. I'm not sure what ADMR is, but then we see a tweet from Trump. It says, because the Democrats not being interested in life and safety, DACA has now taken a big step backwards. The Dems will threaten to shut down, but what they are really doing is shutting down our military at a time when we need it most. Get smart, make America great again. We are fighting for our country. Focus on POTUS tweet above. If Dems shut down the government, what happens to the U.S. military? What specifically occurs? Think budget. Why is this relevant? Classified executive order, missing 1, missing 2, missing 3. These are all probably talking about things that will come in the past. There was something I wanted to point out, which is just that you can see it says, the 2 here is outlined, and then it's 3, 3, but I think it's literally like 2, the 33rds. So the High Masons. I mean, I know I'm getting a little conspiracy theorist here, but I think this whole post is talking about how the Masons and the Rothschilds and everyone is being basically put to notice right now, and that people have been taken to Guantanamo Bay. People are in Guantanamo Bay right now. They're being interrogated, and they may be up against a tribunal, and they may be just taken care of. This is not a game. These people are treasonous. They're traitors to our country. They're being put to justice, thankfully, and we know that this is Q giving us a hint. He gives us little hints here, and I think it's to the 33rd degrees. All you 33rd degree Masons. I'm not saying all Masons are bad, because I'm sure there are some that are very good, but to the people who are at the top, the puppet masters, they're warned. Okay, so it says future proofs past. Nothing is a coincidence. The map is the key. Planned for 3 years. Now, I think a lot of people have taken that as this has been planned for 3 years, but I think he's actually alluding to the fact that they have a plan for 3 years, which is the extent of Trump's term until he's up for re-election. So regardless, I think Trump even says to his people that if I'm not here in 3 years and somebody replaces me, you have to carry this mission, and we have to plan it to the 3-year point, to its completion, so that, in his time he gets rid of the evil, the corruption, evil deep within, everywhere. Patience. There is no escape. There are no deals. Treason at highest levels. I mean, we're talking about big things. Foreign agents within our government. Highest levels. The puppet masters have been removed. That's the whole sweep. People being taken on flights, flights being redirected to Guantanamo. That's a big deal. All vehicles of delivery removed. So all their methods for subverting us, and not us, but we the people, and for infiltrating our government have been cut off. So the strings are cut. 7th floor is no more. FBI. The FBI took care of it. We see all, we hear all. The hunt continues. Prison, death, class, Gitmo, red, Iron Eagle, Q. So that's another reference to Gitmo, and that this is not a game. These people are being taken down as we speak. Now, we'll go to the next one. We are fighting for life. We are fighting for good. We are at war at. That's obviously pointed at Twitter. Not everything will be clean. Scare was a necessary event. Do you trust the U.S. military? Do you trust the chain of command? Have faith. We are in control. Patriots. Patriots Day. Have faith. You were chosen for a reason. You are being provided the highest level of intel to ever be dropped publicly in the history of the world. Use it. Protect and comfort those around you. Where we go one, we go all. Q. Now that's a call to all you patriots out there. I know I'm doing this on my own, but you can do it too. You need to get up there. You need to start making your posts. You need to start putting this information out. You need to start spreading the word, telling your family, protecting yourself, protecting everyone you love from this hysteria and this craziness in the media. You need to convince them that God is where it's at. He is the one who's going to save you, and that everything that we do from here on will be a test for us. So, and we're being tested right now, trust me. Now there's a lot of commands. I don't know that kind of military speak. It's talking about our owls, giving us the authorization for something, kind of probably authorizing some kind of orders here for people who are listening who may be of a much higher skill set than mine. But then he references Jeremiah 29:11, and I think it's really incredibly worth reading this verse as I'm pulling my Bible out here. Excuse me if it takes me a minute, but I'm actually reading the translation from the Department of the Army, United States of America, their standard issue Bible, and it's different than the translations you'll find online. But what 29:11 actually says in the military Bible is, "For I know the plans I have for you." This is the Lord's declaration. Plans for your welfare, not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. That is the word of the Lord right there, and it's coming through everyone that's trying to fight for us. We need to keep that in mind. We can't say that everybody in the deep state or all these people are bad people. There's a lot of people fighting for us, and they're patriots and they're Christians, and God first, country second, and we do this together, and we will have happy hunting. Now, Checkmate, Loop Capital, CEOs, bots, slush fund. Now, this is very Now, this is very interesting. Paying to play. Who's paying to play? Hussein, maybe Barack Hussein Obama with a $29 million slush fund account in Singapore. We don't say his name. Maybe McCain with a $19 million slush fund in Singapore. Maybe HRC and Bill Clinton have $15 million in Mexico. Maybe Nancy Pelosi has $8 million in Deutsche Bank. On and on. Follow the money. Focus on the loudest voices in Washington, their net worth, and reconcile what is wrong with these people. Why have they traded? Why are they traders? Why have they sold us down the river? You have to ask yourself. 7 out of 10. So we got 70% down. Targeted kills, power out, flights, reroutes, flight returns, running. They're running away from us. They're scared. This is a public awakening. Message spreading wide and far. Goodbye at Jack Dorsey, you Twitter son of a gun. Your days are numbered, I'm sorry to say. Now he gives us another important clue. We need to start investigating the Mezvinsky family. This is going to be an important thing to come up, I think, but that's for another video. Next week, bigger, public. So he's done. Today was big. Next week's bigger, and the week after is going to be biggest, I'm assuming. But they listened. I'm not sure what the 20/80, 40/60 is. Maybe a distribution of power, something in that line. You and your families are safe. Promise. Q. See, they're telling us that we're safe because if you're a real patriot and you love God and you love your country and you're fighting the war every day, you're fighting it every day not by doing anything negative. You're contributing positive, and you're being a good, a hardworking American who's paying your taxes and doing everything right. You're the ones who are safe, and you're the ones who will be taken care of. Be ready. The mainstream media coming in a big way. We see all, we hear all. Fight, fight, fight. Conspiracy push coming. MSM lost control. See, the mainstream media has lost control. The Democrats lost their slave grip. Democrats have lost their center voters. The liberals are the minority. The mainstream media projects this big movement, fake news. It's all fake. 46% lost forever. Hello, George. Now, I'm definitely thinking that's George Soros. But we'll have to see about that. Side-by-side posts, actual versus actual news, show future posts. He's giving us direction here. He's telling us that we all need to step up our fight, our efforts in this fight, and we need to start calling for what it is, making the memes, spreading the memes, doing what we have to do to get the message out to all of our friends and family that this is and will be a fight that we have to put on together, no matter what. So, mainstream media fake news awards. Are you prepared? Memes posts. Organized and coordinated. POTUS may retweet one or more. Ready for launch? Heck yeah. Let's get it on. I'll tweet and post, and maybe he'll retweet me. Who knows? Show the world the truth. Open their eyes. Don't let POTUS suffer from the Soros loser bots that continue to flood. Make the fake news awards your first organized tweet storm day. Making America great again. Q. All right, now that means we all have to come together and make this a big storm. We the people, we the people, we the people, we the people. Where we go one, we go all. No one person is above another. We the people are making the world a better place. We the people are taking back our country and world from the evil losers who would do us harm, all for a buck. No more. Stand up, patriots. Stand up and defend what you know is right. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Rogers, this spring, NSA decided to stop doing about queries. That was a long conversation that's happened there. It's now come out in the public about that conversation, that was identified as a problem. The court agreed with that, and that has been stopped. What I need to ask you is, who first identified that as a problem?
The National Security Agency did.
Okay, so how did you report that? Reported that to who? How did that conversation go once you identified we're uncomfortable with this type?
So in 2016, I had directed our Office of Compliance, let's do a fundamental baseline review of compliance associated with 702.
Okay.
We completed that effort. My memory is I was briefed on something like October the 20th. That led me to believe the technical solution that we put in place is not working with the reliability that's necessary here. I then, from memory, went to the Department of Justice and then on to the FISA court at the end of October. I think it was something like the 26th of October, and we informed the court we have a compliance issue here, and we're concerned that there's an underlying issue with the technical solution we've put in place. We told the court we were going to need some period of time to work our way through that. The court granted us that time. In return, the court also said, we will allow you to continue 702 under the 16 authorizations, but we will not reauthorize 17 until you show us that you have addressed this. We then went through an internal process, interacted with the Department of Justice as well as the court. And by March, we had come to a solution that the FISA court was comfortable with. The court then authorized us to execute that solution and also then granted us authority for the 17702 effort.
So you reported initially to the court, this is an issue, or the court initially came to you and said, we have an issue?
I went to the court and said, we have an issue.
And the court said, we agree, we have a problem as well.
Jack.
And then it got held up, went through the process of review, and the court is now signed off on the other 16.
That is correct.
So how does this harm your collection capabilities to be able to not do the about collections?
So I acknowledge that in doing this, we were going to lose some intelligence value, but my concern was I just felt it was important. We needed to be able to show that we're fully compliant with the law. And the technical solution we had put in place, I just didn't think was generating the level of reliability. And as a result of that, I said, we need to make the change. I will say this, and the FISA's court opinion also says the same thing. I also told the court at the time, if we can work that technical solution in a way it generates greater reliability, I would potentially come back to the Department of Justice and the court to recommend that we reinstitute it. And in fact, the court acknowledged that in their certification.
When you say greater reliability, tell me what you mean by that.
Because it was generating errors. Our Office of Compliance highlighted the specific number of cases in 2016. And I thought to myself, clearly it's not working as we think it is. We were doing queries unknowingly to the operator in a handful of situations against U.S. persons. And I just said, hey, that is not in accordance with the intent of the law.
Yeah, clearly it's not.
We then provide them the U.S. identity, and we also remind them the classification of this report and the sensitivity of that identity remains in place. By revealing this U.S. person to you, we are doing it to help you understand the intelligence, not so that you can use that knowledge indiscriminately. It must remain appropriately protected.